All right, we are live. Welcome to Vocal Dialect. We have a special guest with us, but before the special guest, I have my partners with me as well. Kenwato Akil. Peace, brother. How you doing, Ken?
Good, good.
All right, got my brother Gerald. What's up, brother Gerald? How you feeling?
Doing great, brother. Doing great.
All right, we have the General Shaka Sankofa in the building,
Peace and blessings. Peace, peace.
and we got our special guest tonight, Stevie D of Force M.D.s. What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Good, my brother. How you doing, man? Glad to be
Man,
here.
tell us a little bit about yourself, man, and and give us a little bit of your backstory.
All right. Well, I'm Stevie D. I'm from the legendary Force M.D.s. Slash Force M.C.s because we used to Force M.C.s at first.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, one quick. All right, excuse me, y'all. It's got kids. All right, yeah. Like I said, yeah. So, from the Force City, from Staten Island, New York. Okay, that's the fifth borough of New York City. At one time it was one of the forgotten boroughs of New York, but we were definitely one of the groups that came out of Staten Island. With their hip hop as the Force MCs, not Force MDs. We came as a hip. We had a DJ named Dr. Rock, and we was called the Force MCs, and we made a really good name for ourselves, underground hip hop in the beginning stages of the whole hip hop scene. So we was the first group that come out of Staten Island when it comes to that. So literally, you hear interviews with LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Run DMC. You always hear them mention Force MCs. That's what they mean us when we used to Force MCs, the rappers. That's the impact we made. We was young, 19-year-olds back in the days. But me, myself, I was also in a singing group. Besides the rap group, I was with my brothers and my uncle. My brother T.C.D, my brother Khalil, my uncle Jesse D. We was called the Fantastic LDs. We was a group that came out of Staten Island, winning all the talent shows, singing all Jackson 5, Temptations. We had all those, we had that Motown in us at a young age, Everybody said we sound so similar to Jackson 5 when we was young. People really thought out the gate, yo, y'all can make it, So we definitely, that come from our parents, singing in church and everything. So we made a hustle. We doing the talent shows, but we was winning trophies, but we wanted money. So one day, we seen this country guy on the Staten Island Ferry singing Rhinestone Cowboy with a guitar case. And people was just tossing money into that guitar case. And all we had now, our pockets was lint. Like with Rakim line, we had lint in our pocket. We're looking at this man make all his money. So we said to ourselves, yo, since we're winning all these talent shows, let's try to sing on a boat. Let's see if we can hustle on this boat, make some money like this man. We did it. Became a big hit on the Staten Island Ferry. Put that hat out. People stuffed that hat with money. Dollar signs came in our eyeballs. Like, yo, this is it, y'all. This is where we can get paid. This singing on a boat in front of complete strangers, like all races of creed of people. Because in the projects, when we sang in front of people, we sang in front of all just blacks and Puerto Ricans mainly. One little couple of whites here, but mainly blacks and Puerto Ricans. But on the Staten Island Ferry, you singing in front of every Asians, Indian, everybody. And we entertained them thoroughly on the boat. So we knew we had something. We had entertainment thing because the people was very entertained. And that's we made our motto. If you're broke, let's hit the boat. That was our thing. We didn't have to go in those stores stealing and hustling. Singing was our hustle. Singing on a boat. We sang on Times Square, the streets of Times Square. Now, us getting discovered, that came from DJ Mr. Magic, who was the biggest DJ in New York. He was one of the first DJs in New York to break rap on the radio. He called it the Rap Attack. He had a sister living out of Staten Island. He happened to be on the boat that day that listened to us sing. And he says, hey, man, you guys are good, man. You ever think about getting a record deal? We was like, man, let's put some money in the hat. We was worried about the money. Yeah, put the money in the hat, man. Everybody talk that record deal. If you lying or you on or off. So, but we actually started believing him. He showed us pictures of him as, this is me, Mr. Max is really me. He said, I want you guys to meet Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records. I want you guys to meet this guy. And I want you to sing on this boat just what you did on this boat, show him in his house. So we had to meet up with him. We met with Tom Silverman. Now, not knowing that Tom Silverman also heard buzzes in the street about the Force MCs because of Africa Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation, Soul Silent Force, who was the person to be signed. They heard buzzes about tapes in the street. And when we got to the audition, he didn't know I was Stevie D of the Force MCs. I was just Steve, of the LDs, Lundys and Daniels. LDs and Lundy, because I'm a Lundy, my brother T.C., and my brother Khalil, and Jesse, our uncle, was a Daniels. And went to the audition, and I brought along Mercury from the Force MCs and Trisco, and he heard us sing. He said he's blown away. He said, "What else you guys do?" And me and Mercury started rapping. He said, "Oh my God, you guys can rap too?" And then he said, "Hold up, you saying Force MCs? I heard of those guys. Wow, I got two groups in one. I got the LDs and the Force MCs in one." He says, "Wow, I want to sign you guys immediately. So what are you gonna call yourself? You got two names, Force MCs and LDs." And he says, "We can't use LDs anymore because that only covers two last names, the Lundy brothers and Jesse Daniels. So he says, let's use Force to cover everybody's last name, but we can't say Force MCs because they're going to think we just rappers. So we said Force MDs for musical diversity. And that's how we became the Force MDs. I know it's a little long-winded, but you get a little...
Nah, brother, keep talking. We love listening. And we're gonna talk now.
Yeah. So that's how we became the Force MDs. That's how we was born, right there in Tom Silverman's living room, singing for him in person, no demo, just a cappella. And that's how that happened.
Okay.
Good.
And what year did that take place?
This took place in 1984. 1984.
Y'all started in 81, correct?
Yes, we started in 81 as the Force MCs.
Jeez, right.
But the LDs was singing on the boat, Staten Island Ferry. The Force MCs was in Harlem World and Savoy Manor, all the clubs in New York City with all the rappers, the Cold Crush, the Fantastic Five, the Furious Five, all those guys started in those clubs out of New York. We was there with them as the Force MCs.
So I was saying earlier,
Okay.
Off the when we were talking off camera, we was talking about the way that y'all infuse hip hop and bebop. I mean, was it doo-wop?
Yes, doo-wop, yeah. Because as the LDs, a lot of the Motown records, Smokey, Sam Cooke, we did all that. So we had that element of harmonizing the hip hop. So he heard that. We went to the audition. He said, "Man, these guys sound like the people of Motown. You got the harmonies, boom, boom." And then to the hip hop, he said, "Wow, man, you guys can rap." And he heard us rap. Me and Mercury like rap. He heard us rap. Man, you guys got like a doo-wop and a hip hop style. That's how it was formed. And they formed into R&B hip hop, really, pretty much. Right. We already brought and with the hip hop beats under some of the songs we created. We were where Force MDs were one of the architects of R&B hip hop. I'm not gonna take all of it. We were just one of the architects of of the sound.
And so, and from 1984, because I know you all had some phenomenal hits during the 80s, and probably responsible for a lot of childbirths during the 80s with your hits.
He's right.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I ain't lie about that. Stopped every time.
So as the group, as y'all moved on, explain, what took place as y'all moved along. Are y'all all still together, or, what transpired between 84 until today?
Okay, of course, history right now, I'm the only original member left. All four members passed away. On the, you know, if y'all don't know the history, whoever I'm saying, people listeners don't know this. Yeah, 4 members passed away. My brother T.C., Jesse D, Trisco, and Mercury, and I was the 5th member. All the album covers you see, you see something 4 with just that's when Jesse left the group. But with 4 right now, our group consists of my other brother. Now I didn't get into this part. I told you how when we was signing the deal, when Mr. Magic seen us in the boat. My brother Khalil, he was the LDs, the 3 brothers and the uncle. He decided to go into the mosque and become Muslim. You know, that was girlfriend's fate. That's what they wanted to do. So he didn't want to go to that audition. That's why I bought Mercury of the Force MCs to replace my brother Khalil to go to the audition for Tommy Boy. And then Trisco was just the last person to get in the group because he was in the group in Staten Island called Cook Corporation, which was really big too, but they broke up. And he was like the little guy with the big voice. We was on our way to the audition. He says, yo, y'all going to audition? And Tommy Boy said, yeah. He says, man, can I go with y'all? We said, yo, but you in the group already. He says, nah, we broke up. That's how Trisco Pearson got into the group. Being on that ferry boat, us on our way to Tommy Boy's office, that was his luckiest boat ride he ever took. Because he wouldn't have been in the group if he wasn't on that boat that day. So that's how he got the group. So that made the group consist of myself, Stevie D, Jesse D, TC, Mercury, and Trisco. That was the 5. I am the only one, the lone survivor that's left from that 5. Or like Otis, they call me Otis sometimes. Like the Temptations call me Otis. So what happened was my brother Khalil came back to the group because he has the sound. We all related. We all got that sound because we all related, except Trisco. But we all related. So Khalil comes back to the group, and we recruit our nephew Zieme. He's a little younger, but he has that sound. And us 3 been doing it ever since. We've been doing it ever since, like almost 12 years. Just keeping the legacy going, you know. Just keeping the legacy going.
So have y'all ever been nominated to be inductees in the Music R&B Hall of Fame?
We got a couple of awards, man. I don't know if we got Hall of Fame yet, but we definitely got a lot of awards. You know, we got nominated for awards that we won, we didn't win. But there were a lot. They just gave us an award for Southern Soul. We had two #1 Southern Soul records, and they got a big award for that. So, but we still get awards, and hopefully we'll keep coming. And it's a blessing. The biggest award we got, my brother, is street sign in our neighborhood, right in front of the building where we all started. It's Force M.D.s way. That was the biggest. That's our biggest reward, because as you know, Wu-Tang Clan is from Staten Island also, and they got their street sign before we got it. We was out years before them. We were like, oh wow, how did they get this? We was out first. But just by them finally giving us ours means the world to us, and you know, the fallen soldiers in the sky and the spirits are very happy about that, man. We just you know, just continuing, you know, to keep the legacy going, man.
So who initially amongst y'all came up with the idea of you all getting together as a group and singing, and how did y'all know that y'all probably could manifest the things that y'all did from that point on?
Okay, I'm gonna have to say my Uncle Jesse. Well, we was kind of in the group, but when we was in a group in Staten Island at first, just me, my brother, and my brother Khalil. And we was called the Lundy brothers at first. Then Jesse came to live with us, because Jesse's my mother's youngest brother, but he's the same age as us. We all the same age. So he came to live with us, and we found out he could sing pretty good too. So all right, oh wow. And that's when we formed a real group called the Fantastic LDs. That was our name, not just the LD, it was the Fantastic LDs. And that's how we pretty much started performing the group and just learning songs, learning, you know, just watching and learning how to be street entertainers at first. And then that's why we become pretty good at stage, like live performance, because we had that street edge and we learned to perform in front of people in the streets. And that gave us a advantage over a lot of people that, you know, just come straight into the business. So that's where all our stuff came. It came from Jesse, my uncle Jesse, who really pinpointed, yo, we got to be a group, man, a real group, and that's when everything started moving from there, man. We just, know who could do what in the group, who can go high, who can go low, who can go here. We all figured it all out at that time, and it was just a blessing that all these years, we get pinned as those dudes can sing instead of just like just a pushover. Like they can really sing, So that's always a gratitude blessing to us, man.
So let me ask you another question. You said your uncle was named Jesse Daniels.
Yes, Jesse Lee Daniels. Right.
Your lineage, did it originate in New York?
Yes, Staten Island, New York.
Oh, okay. Because my biological father last name is Daniels.
Oh, really?
When you kept saying Jesse Daniels, I said, man, I wonder if we related in some way.
Yeah, Jesse's my mother's younger brother. They have siblings. They have 14 siblings.
14.
If the father's name is Theodis Daniels. So you actually hear people about the name Theodis Daniels. That's
I heard that name before, Theodis.
Theodis Daniels.
Yeah. Now that one I remember. I think I remember that. But it was my father. It was three of them. I had an uncle, him, my father, and my aunt. So, but I never known that side of the family. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Never got to actually get to know him.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I knew of him.
It was crazy because DJ Dr. Rock, he's Dr. Dr. Rock's last name. His last name was, but he wasn't Jesse. His name is Roger Daniels. That was DJ Dr. Rock's name. His name was Roger. Related to, Jesse. They didn't have no relation. Daniels it's a big name there, man.
It is. That it is.
Well, there's only one way to find out whether you're related, Gerald. Just go ahead and sing, hit a couple of notes for us.
Oh, now you don't want me to do that. I'd be embarrassed. I would embarrass the show.
Hey, Gerald, don't do that on the air, man.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Now, when we was younger, I could. Now, don't get it wrong. Now.
Gerald,
So let me.
No.
Oh, come on, Gerald. Don't do that. But
we ain't gonna do
let
that.
me ask you this, brother Steve. What type of feeling and how do you feel when you see the young generation now vibing off of a lot of your songs today? I'm talking about the youth of the day, because a lot of them do listen to the Force M.D.s.
Yeah, that's say something, man. That is a real blessing, man. That they listen to our music, and a lot of them like it. They of course they never heard it before, because so many people get us confused with Full Force. It's crazy, but those are brothers though. They're my real good brothers. We love them to death, man. We joke about it all the time. Even on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we got Full Force. Come on, guys, man. Force M.D.s, man. Come on, man. A couple times, so it happens to them too. So this gets me the most. It's like a person talk, hey man, I really like your music, man. Tender Love's my favorite, man. But my other favorite is, man, the joint y'all did with Lisa.
Oh yeah.
That's Full Force. Yeah. All
Lisa,
the time.
Yeah.
They call me Bow-Legged Lewis, and now Stevie D, man. Do I look like a house party? Really? Do I look like the dude the muscles at the house party? But them my brothers.
Tell us some of the producers that you all work with, because I know I read some on Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yes. Let's go to them first. Okay. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Okay, we know, everybody pretty much know their history, that they're one of the top production teams ever. you know, when it comes to pop and R&B music. Okay, I want y'all to really listen to this part right here, because this is real, my brothers. Out of all those records they made, Alexander O'Neal, Janet Jackson, New Edition, Human League, Boys the Men, all the other stuff, catalog of how many groups they did. The Force M.D.s was their first ever crossover top 10 hit. Was
Oh, yeah.
Tender Love.
Was their first one that opened that floodgate. Then everything started dropping for. They did have SOS Band and all that, but they did top 10 R&B, but we went top 10 R&B and top 10 pop. Because open that pop door to get a bigger, wider audience to listen to their production. And that's how What Have You Done For Me Lately, Janet Jackson, Sherelle, Sunday, Monday, all followed Tender Love. Gotta know that. All right.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
They gave us some love on the Grammys. Yo, like to think they said our name first. You know, boom, boom. We like to thank Force M.D.s, Janet. They said our name first because they know that we broke the barrier for them, man. We broke the barrier for them, man. You know, and the hurting part about that whole thing, my brothers, is that
those are phenomenal.
Excuse me? You broke up a little bit. What you say?
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I says the only hurting part about that whole deal is we only did one song with them cats, man. Like our record company didn't want to pay the money. It was like, and years when they never want to pay them to do another song with us. They wanted, because their price went up. Because we started it off. Then Janet Jackson came. When Janet Jackson went to orbit, their production to produce people's price went way up. So we said, hey man, we have to do another song with these guys, man. We just made one of the biggest, big classic record with them, man. And our record company said, hey man, they charge too much, blah, 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 blah. Oh boy. We went through all that, but you know, it's all good. At least we made a classic record from them. That's all that matters right now. We made a classic record from them, man. That so many babies been born. People come to us, ask us for child support, because that's serious, man. Yeah, I'm really that serious, man. So, and you know, and plus, they put the movie, and this is a key. I'm dropping dimes in y'all, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, the song first was supposed to go to New Edition, but it didn't. Some political stuff didn't work out, and it came to our lap because God was telling us this song is meant to go to the Force M.D.s, and it happened. God works in mysterious ways, and it took us 2 hours in the studio to record that.
Wow.
Jam and Lewis was so impressed. Man, you guys work so fast, man. Damn, he did it in one take, you know. But my brother T.C.D, so he's a perfectionist. So, but we just stayed in there and just made the harmonies sound good and blah blah blah. And my uncle Jesse D was saying to Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, "Hey man, the record is good, man, but it needs drums, man." And they was like, "Nah, Jesse, just keep it like it is. Keep it smooth and the beautiful piano." I'm telling you, nah, man. They was going back. It needs drums. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. And my pops, who's our road manager, was like, "Hey, man, Jesse, calm down, man. If they say it don't need drums, it don't need drums." And they said to my uncle Jesse, they says, "Jesse, I guarantee you this is gonna be a big hit without the drums." Boy, did it shut my uncle Jesse up. But he rested shut up like, oh, they was right. So, you know, it became a huge hit without the drums.
What was the song that Jimmy, they did a song where they got a Grammy for best producers?
That's Tender Love and all that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I had a question now. Which one came out? Tender Love or Love Is a House? Which one was
brother?
Which one?
You scared me like Beanie Siegel every time, man. It's boy. Go on, man.
I forget because no, both one was hit because I remember him as a teenager. Which one came first? I think Love Is a House came before Tender Love, right?
Tender Love came first.
Tender Love came
first. Okay,
Yeah.
so the question I wanted to ask,
Yes.
that was such a huge hit. Did y'all realize that y'all was able to make it hit that huge?
Yeah, we panicked a little bit, you know, because after Tender Love came out, Here I Go Again came out next. Here I Go Again. That was still a big hit too, but it wasn't the match to Love Is a House. But
Right.
it wasn't a match to Tender Love. I mean, it was because that Here I Go Again came after Tender Love. But these two white guys flew out from London to Tommy Boy's office. They said, "Hey guys, I got this hit for Force M.D.s. I'm telling you, it's your #1 hit. You got to sing it. They got to sing it." So he's like, "Really, man?" He said, "I want you guys to listen to this song for a week." So we all had the song, listened, groove to it, man. That's got nice. They had a female singing the demo of Love Is a House. We had to sing it to. That's why T.C. singing the high. Look for the light, lost in the. He had to go over this higher register. I'll write your name. So so we listening, and we said, "Yo, man, hey guys, I think we need to do this song." So we all voted to do the song. Went into the studio. We had to throw the Force M.D flavor on it though. They had her lady on it, but we had to throw our little flavor on it. The guy says, "Hey guys, Scott, this is brilliant. Great job. Wait till we mix it. It's a hit, I tell you." So at that time, we on tour with Madonna, or overseas with Madonna, you know, just hitting all these big countries, 120,000 people a night, singing in front of people who didn't talk English. It seen 5 black guys up there. They never heard of our group before out there, but Madonna liked us so much. Just let me break y'all out there. But when they seen us perform, doing them backflips, beatbox, singing, they never seen stuff like that in their life in Europe at that time. He's like, "Yo, who the hell are these guys?" Because we was doing it all, you know. And we got a call while we was out there. "Hey man, yo, we released the Love Is a House out here in the States, man. And guess what? That damn record is #1 in the charts right now." He's like, "What? Y'all better get back out of here at their tour, because y'all got a tour waiting for you as soon as you get to the States." Because Casanova was the big record, and Love Is a House was right next to it. Because Casanova from Levert went #1.
Yeah.
Then Love Is a House became #1 record. And that was big. We was like, wow. You know, we came back to the States, boy. Everybody was singing that song. "Oh, Love Is a House, man. Great job on that song." You know, so just happy. We was very happy on the response we got from the song. And it kind of made Tender Love like, okay, this is another right here.
How long that stay on the R&B charts?
Oh, that was an R&B chart for weeks.
For like 19 weeks, I think.
Yeah, stayed up there for a while, man. Stayed up there.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, that song hit for people like, yo, I like that y'all did this and that, you know. We didn't expect, listen, when the dudes came with the song, you know, when we heard it back after we did all the vocal and heard it back, this joint does sound good. And when they took that joint to London and mixed it down and brought it back, it was a done deal. It was like, damn, you know, he was like, wow. Because
y'all reached a hot pinnacle as far as music is concerned. I mean, you had some of the older folks in love with y'all music, some of the younger folks. And did y'all ever you said you played, y'all always came in and y'all was the front runners before New Edition came on, correct?
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say New Edition came out a couple of months before we did.
Oh, okay.
And he came out, you know, but that's why they put us on tour together. We was like 5-man groups that you know, we was like little. I bet you know this, guys. I'm dropping jewels for y'all. What do you think? Boys have been got that varsity style from when they first came out, Motown, like they coming from college. They got that from us.
Yeah.
College, Letterman sweaters.
Right.
They came out with a doo-wop type style. Doo-wop, just like us. Mimicking us a little bit, you know, but they was great. They're fantastic, I'm saying, but they admitted to us, yo, man, we learned from y'all. I mean, we love New Edition, but we was your vocal styles, your harmonies, that attracted us, So they told us that face to face. I'm talking to. I know. I say it's real. I don't.
Y'all did have them sweaters though. I remember them sweaters.
Yeah.
Can I explain the sweaters real quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Fun
this
fact.
your platform.
So when we was in that audition at Tommy Boy's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Boy had a bunch of vinyls. Vinyl was big back in the 80s, vinyl. And on the top of the vinyl was Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. They had the varsity with the T's on it.
Yeah.
And that's so my brother T.C. was one of the main lead singers of Force. He's really big into doo-wop, little acapella doo-wops. He says, hey Tommy, like that's Tom Silverman. Tommy, hey Tommy, man, what you know about Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, man? He says, man, I love those guys, man. That's my favorite group, man, from the 50s, either 50s or 60s. They're my favorite group, man. And we're going back and forth. He said, hold up here. That's like you guys. You guys got the doo-wop like them guys, like the doo-wop harmonies, and you guys hip-hop. I'm going to call your style doo-wop hip-hop. And I'm going to even have you guys look like Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers with a doo-wop. And we was like, uh-oh. What's going on? He said, I'm even going to process your hair like those in the 60s, 50s. Uh-oh. He was like, uh-oh. Say, hey, man. Yeah, whatever, man. We got a record deal, man. Who cares, man? Yeah. So we actually did it. That's our first album. We got our hair's a little processed. He was experimenting on us, but hey, man, it worked with our first single, Let Me Love You. When that hit, boy, it lit New York City up like firecrackers. But let me love you in the sunshine. It lit. That didn't hit everywhere around the country, but New York City, that was the theme song of New York City at one time, man. Yeah, man. So we first came up with the Letterman, the sweaters, and everybody's, yo, look at them apps. Now, we didn't stick with that longer because right now those gimmicks like that are, like Flavor Flav with the clock or, rest in peace, Kango Kid with the hat. People just those little gimmicky things that stick for years come, like Dana Dane with the Kango, Slick Rick with the patch. Those little things stick for years as like novelty type of things. We should have stuck. We still bring it back sometimes, but we should have stuck with it even more. We felt we toured with New Edition. They was all dressed in the glitter. We had the little F's on. Like, oh man, look at them and look at us, man. We wanted to change up, get fly. That's why the next album cover we had fur jackets on, thick fur with the gold chains with the F's on. They're like, yo, come on, man, we gotta get to the times, baby. That's just part of the growing up in the business, man.
So, as in all groups, black groups, primarily whether it's R&B, hip hop, or whatever, there's a great deal of corruption and greed that takes place. So now, did y'all have any problems with or issues with royalties and things of that nature?
Yes, man. Yes, indeed, man. We was in that era where everybody got jerked. Just about 90% of ours got jerked. Just didn't know the business that well. Everybody, a lot of people just excited getting the record deal. Like, hey, all the girls gonna want me. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna go on tour, make money. That's where you really made your money. Everybody only makes their money mainly off of touring. A lot of royalty checks never came. A lot of stuff came, man. A lot of corruption back then. With a lot of groups, man. And it's not just us, but a lot of you heard New Edition admitted it, right? They got jerked heavy too. And it happened. It happened back then, man. But as long as you just stay in the game by making classic hits in the beginning of their career, you can eat forever. Because they still book you and have you doing concerts. Like Dougie Fresh, we started at the same time, man. But when we was ForceMDs in the clubs rapping and stuff, and me and him, that's my real close friend. We never imagined that we'd be two acts that make classic hit records that's still working 40 plus years later. Like Oh man, that's the only blessing. All of the royalty things, it's even worse now for artists because they got that sound scam, that streaming. You don't get nothing. No, so
Yeah.
at least getting checks. But now it changed, man. So it's definitely a big difference right now. And we was definitely one of the groups that got jerked in the mix, man.
So being in that you have a taste of the industry, how would you what would you recommend to other artists that may be looking forward to tapping into that particular company or artistry or what have or that?
I would say get a lawyer that you trust, and not a lawyer that's in cahoot with record companies trying to make money. And both, hey man, I get this cut if I tell them this, but you got to get a lawyer that you really trust, man. That makes sure you get your money, because it's a lot of these people all down together. You got to watch out. Of course, it's like a doctor saying, "All right, man, we got to take this bone out of here. You'll be okay." Okay, doc. Everybody got the hope of the doc. That's like a lawyer coming to you. All right, man. I talked to the record company, man. This is it, man. It's the best you're gonna get, man. Okay, man. You trust your lawyer. That was a bad contract. If they change it, you're gonna trust your lawyer. So you got. That's how it is. That's how it is. Some ways are good, some are bad. But you gotta be. It's all about trust. You gotta make sure when you get into this game, you gotta make sure your business is right, man. Right now, a lot of people got way more smarter than they were back then. Now, like running things on their own and getting their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very important, man, because I know, and the disheartening part about this whole thing with our extremely, supremely gifted brothers and sisters that, pour their hearts out and they tour and they in the studio and they writing and producing, and somebody else ends up reaping the financial benefits, playing on the naiveness, and the financial and legal aspects of the industry. And these people know, these vultures know this, and it's just disheartening to see such great people, and particularly talking about the Force M.D.s, which that music will go down in history. It will forever go down in history. It's always the classic. You have some music that just, no matter when or when you play it, it always, it always sparked, and a light in everybody. And you guys were one of the groups that, made that happen. You repersonified the doo-wop and the R&B. And I think that, the reward should be far more greater, for your efforts than somebody just sitting back, reaping the benefits and playing on the economic and financial, what we call ignorance of our young people who are showered, with the glitz and glamour, and which blinds them and prohibits them from actually, doing the proper legal work, because it is the industry, and all of these lawyers, like you mentioned, all of these lawyers and producers, it's the industry. It's one big conglomerate of people.
That's right.
And the greed of the people, and they take the best of us with our gifted talents, our God-given talents, man, and they, showcase us. I'm saying us as a whole. I'm no entertainer or anything like that, but I'm just saying us as a people. What we've brought, to the world arena in terms of music, man. All genres of music were created by us, but do we actually reap the benefits of those who are out there in the grind, and and a lot of people who have came from actually nothing and raised themselves up, and have blessed the world with those gifted sounds, for them to not compensate, royally, because it should be the opposite. The producer should get the leftovers and the cuts, and the artist should have the meat and potatoes off the plate. That's how it's supposed to be, and that's what is fair.
Yeah,
because you all put your.
They always getting the bulk of everything, man. To leftovers, and like I said, it's who you got with you to make sure you get your money. Like I got you, Jay-Z. I'm just giving some examples. Some of these guys that term, it's all about like trying to get endorsements. These are things that these artists try to do to keep their money up, get endorsements, any little endorsements, and touring is the major thing that keeps them financially wealthy. It's the touring. Now, we know damn well Beyonce don't have to tour. She's a billionaire already. You know what I'm saying? She's a billionaire already. And then, she don't have to do that. But she does it, charge people an arm and a leg for those tickets, and she's already a billionaire. Have people stressing their parents out. Baby, them tickets are so much money. Come on, Dad. Come on, Mom. I got to pay 2 checks to get these tickets for you. To a person that's already a billionaire, just trying to this is stuff I don't like. Like, they don't have to do that. They don't have to charge people like that. It's like Jordans, man, sneakers, man. Michael Jordan don't give a hell. Just buy them, keep my billionaire status going up. Now, we gotta analyze people. You'll see P. Diddy, all jewelry, diamond rubies on, but you see Eminem just coming a damn hood on in the hat.
Yeah.
He don't got to do that shit, man. He don't got to do that. You already know. I don't got to do that to let you know. You already know who I am. Come in the room. I don't got to splash. Y'all know who I am. But some of our people, like I say, some of our people is like they gotta wear all this jewelry, put themselves in more danger of wolves out there that's trying to rip them off and take them, and just like all you're gonna get for that is, that's hot. Thanks, man. Yo, you see the game yesterday? That's all you're gonna get from that. Hey, that jury's hot, man. Thanks, bro. You see, the game was dope yesterday. That's all you're gonna get, man. It's just, what's the use flashing these $10 million watches? All it's just like it just gets too crazy. But that's how they want to live and spend their money. That's how they live and spend their money. But it's just, we got to do better, man. Our people, especially, got to do better, man, and really investing in things that's gonna keep that money going, man. Some people got good business partners that keep them doing good business, but some just want to flaunt, fake, go to strip clubs, do the same old. You hear everybody getting shot in the news, man. It's just, we gotta stop. That's what I'm worried about, man.
And with these days, if I was young, I wouldn't even want to be a rapper today.
I feel for bodyguards. They the ones in the most danger. The security guards, the security they got around, they in the most danger. They got to really watch out. They risk their life every day being around dudes and some of the atmospheres they go to. But it is what it is, man. Like, it's all about the business. You got to take care of the business before the talent, before the show business. I know you hear that. Business should be the first thing. Business show, because it's all about that business first. You got to take care of that, man. You got to really sit down and study and learn, what are these top industry people doing to keep generating all this money? Why are they getting all the money? You get just that little pet, and they getting all the money. Yeah, let them talk. Don't let those black people talk about nothing positive, or don't want to sign it. They got to talk about pimps, killing. They got to talk about that. That's where we make our money, and we just fall into the trap and do it, man. That hurts me, man. Like, they just don't want to say nothing. Like, if you're positive, you whack, man. We don't want to see you. That's the brainwash that we got nowadays, man. It's crazy.
And exactly on that note, let me ask you this. When you all first started singing and getting together as a group and into the business, what did you expect your music to do for the populace, for the people? How did you want it to affect people? What did you want it, or were you trying to send a message through your music? Anything that you can explain to us with how you wanted the music to affect the public.
We clearly wanted to send love, man. Except
Right.
It's Your Boy Scratch was a hip hop song. It was a metaphor for DJ scratching, itching to scratch on the record. But besides that, all our other records are strictly for love, like, you know, breakups and just things that happen when you're in love. Like one song, "Forgive Me, Girl, for what I did. Forgive me. Let Me Love You." Tears, you brought tears because you hurt my heart. Here I go again. We did it once. Now here we go again, trying to get our relationship together. Tender Love is just, you know, Love Is a House. You Got the Key to My Heart. It's all about love, man. That's you know what I'm saying?
That's what we appreciate about that.
It still resonates. I remember trying to sing on "Here I Go Again," but I was under some serious pharmaceuticals at that time, you know. But you know, but I'm glad, you know, your honesty and your transparency in dealing with this industry, because, you know, we do a lot of research and investigating on these industries. This is why, you know, we don't hold the record execs accountable, you know, because, like, it's an industry. An industry is the place of manufacturing. So they manufacture our use.
Right.
You know, and to perpetuate violence, drug use, you know, gang rapes. You know, they promote that. E-pills, Molly, Sir, Lean. They promote this. You know, and then they pay them royally, because the music industry and the prison industrial complex, the music industry, those music execs are major investors into the prison industrial complex, because they know that once they perpetuate this is why some of the most wretched stuff goes platinum now.
Exactly. Like what?
You know, some of the most wretched music.
Red, like just stuff like that. Sexy Red, the stuff she sings, and just it's like that's what they want. They want us to have that mindset that this is all what we like, and it drives me crazy. Like, wow, man, this what gets me, y'all, is when you got little kids mimicking the words, mimicking words. Not what they saying, but mimicking them words, and like, wow. And you got some of these rappers. Let me see you rap that in front of your grandfather. Let me see you rap say that stuff you saying in front of him. Oh, I gotta change it all up. You know, it's just like it's crazy, man. It's like, you know, but hey, it makes money. That's all it makes money, man. And that's the topic of it. People will let it. If you give them the truth, one ear out the other. Long as they making them some money, they don't care what a person that's a reason. Like, yo, come on, man, we could do better. But they just all they care about is the money, buying big chains and flaunting. That's what they feel life is all about. It's really not all about that.
No. It's not even money. It's not even money, because the real money comes from the puppet masters, who once they have these artists and use our youth that are, you know, lacking education and financially illiterate, have a lot come from fatherless or parentless homes or single parent homes.
I agree.
They, you know, they live off the system, you know, and they come from straight deployability. They're disenfranchised, and then when they come and they're promised to get their mother a house, you know, and you know, some material items, not knowing that these record execs put multi-million-dollar insurance policies on these artists, on these rappers. So when they perpetuate this violence, which will, and 90% of the time is they meet early demises, the record companies, the money that they invest in the artists, they're not losing nothing. It's just an investment. It's the industry. So the insurance policies that the parents or the families of these rappers don't even know exist when they cash those insurance policies. Some are even $30 and $40 million. So when they front a artist, you know, $2-3 million, that's like some front money. that they already got 30 million in the back on the insurance policy.
Yeah.
This is why you never see none of these record execs attend any of these young men and these rappers' funerals. They never attended their own memorial services, man. It's an industry, man, and it brings dissension. It brings division between the black communities, and it creates and they use them to tease the have-nots, and this perpetuates a lot of violence. And like you said, the security, the people that guard these people, a lot of times they catch all the firepower behind all the hatred and envy and jealousy that the artist perpetuates toys in front of the have-nots. So it's an industry.
Yeah, yeah. And you know something, man? When the artists think they making a lot of money, them other people on top of them made triple what they made. They made triple. You just get little crumbs. Like, you think you really make some money? I'm making so much money off you, you don't even realize. But I dabble you a couple little crumbs, you think you doing something. Like, oh, look, yo, I got almost $1 million, man. This dude almost got 30, 40 million already. That's how it is, man. Because we're not used to having money like that.
Right.
People have money like that. So they see $1 million. Oh, man, good. I can get a house. I got a couple of... They look at. They just love the materialistic stuff. Look at those guys, man. They just, boy. I be like, boy.
I had a question, brother.
Listen, my theory in life, like rich, poor, long as I make people happy, man. That's all my lives for, is making people happy. We sing and brings that childhood story that when you grew up with, just the story of their lives growing up, listen to us back then, when that joy they get when they hear the songs that they grew up with, man, the soundtrack of their lives. We enjoy every night presenting that to people, man. That's where the joy comes from me. You know what I'm saying? And the hugs and the people just like, hey, thank you. Hey, man, that song did this. Hey, I was feeling some type of way, but that song did that. All that stuff means the most to me, man.
I had a question, right? Besides like the music career, you have anything else that you're working on? Like,
yes. Great question, my brother. All right, we have another documentary coming out. It's called Force M.D.s Relived. It's a lot of people. We got Boys II Men in it. We got Belle Biv DeVoe, Bismarcky, rest in peace. This boy, he passed away, but it's been in the works for a couple of years. We just had clearances on things. That's coming out. That's going to be really, really knowledgeable to a lot of people, because we're a group that have a lot of layers to our story, man. What put into this industry and what we put into the culture. A lot of the rap people from back in the days, like I said, the Grandmaster Flashes and the Cold Crush Brother, just by us being in that era and what the mark we made to that hip hop era, before hip hop went skyrocket, we was in that bubble with all the rappers, the Fearless Four, the Cold Crush. We was in that bubble with them. We're in one of those groups in that bubble. And the only group, I gotta stress this, the only group from Staten Island, New York. There's no sign of Wu-Tang or we were the only group at that time. But then we got into making records and making R&B records, and still made a name for ourselves with the R&B records. And that's what we put into the culture. R&B and the hip hop. We wanted a integral group that went into the R&B and hip hop phase of everything. And of course, we feel at times, man, we don't get our credit. They just put other people before us. We know that, but that's how it is. It's with the internets and they do all that. They can make up one. You can fall and hurt your knee. They can blow it up. You go viral. You be the most popular. Hey, that's the person that fell on their knee. That's how this internet thing is. They can make you or break you. They just be real careful. How serious you take it. Because it can hurt your feelings. It can make you happy. It hurt your feelings at the same time. So, internet, whole new John. That's a whole new stench. Whole industry problem. Like if it was internet back then when Michael had Thriller out, shit. I know, right? Come on. You know, all this younger generation is getting viral to Michael Jackson now. It's like they understand how good this man was, and comparing him to other people is that's ludicrous to me. Comparing the Chris Brown, they all really good, but they don't compare. I'm sorry, I gotta tell you, they don't compare to the legacy and fame of Michael Jackson. No way.
Hell.
That music back then, that was music.
Y'all know, like Little Michael sang better about the whole Motown. He was singing better than everybody.
Yeah,
that's how good he was. And then he went to.
That's right.
He totally transformed himself to the older Michael with the glove and the socks and the boo, all that. Come on, man. Everybody in the world trying to be Michael Jackson, man.
Yeah.
Country. That's why I'm saying don't compare them two. Stop that.
I had one more question. Like,
you
was trying to, like, if you was a youngster trying to get in the industry today, music industry today, would you go mainstream or would you go indie?
I will go
independent.
I will go independent because if you got your business right, you can make
good.
You make, because every time you go mainstream, it's the big boys that take all the money and just give you little dribbles like, hey, I'm promoting your record, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I want it all reimbursed. That's what they want. It's a trick to that. So you gotta be real careful. They could get you out there more, but it's still making so much more money than you are. And
that's why they was upset at Michael Jackson and Prince.
Right.
They was able to get away from the industry and they was about to be independent.
Yeah, just imagine Michael says, I don't need y'all. Let Thriller by myself. How much money Michael would have made.
Yeah, exactly.
He made a lot of money, but the man on top made triple what Michael made.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say, man. If the album costs $14, Michael might get $8. Michael might get $5, $6, but the other man's getting more than Michael. And it's always gonna get more than Michael. He gonna make Michael do all the dancing around. That boy's collecting money. He just merchandise, and Michael it's just ridiculous. Just some of the ways these people make money. But like I said, independent, you're the boss. You call the shots. You some people that's from the industry, and you make deals with them on your own. Like, hey man, listen, I ain't done. This is me, man. I'm trying to do this. Boom. They can help you, man. And once it takes off, it's on. Right now, taking off is going viral on Instagram and TikTok. That helps you. That helps your career a whole lot nowadays. One viral moment, everybody knows. Just like Boots on the Ground. How that record took biggest record in the world right now because all the TikTok, everybody jumped on that record. Now everybody's singing it to themselves. Boots on the ground. Oh, yeah, man. So you just never know, man. You can have that viral moment and take off. But
hey, why don't you get back in the studio, man? Give us another hit, brother, man. What's going on?
We working on some stuff, man. Definitely working on some stuff.
Right.
Any final remarks from everybody before we close the show?
Yes, sir. I want everybody to listen to your radios, and ForceMDs will be in your town soon. We'll be coming to a lot of cities. Y'all make sure y'all come check us out. We still put on a fantastic, we're on a great show. We entertain. We entertain you. You could definitely go on our Instagram page, ForceMD, official ForceMDs on our Instagram page. It's one fake one and it's one real one. So you know the real one. You see us at the gray on official Force. You can tell by the numbers what's real, but and you can check us out on ForceMDs on Facebook, Twitter, and we are here to keep the ForceMDs legacy alive. We lost 4 members that really hurt us, but we know they're with us spiritually to keep this journey going. And we still got the sound, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. I would not just say this; that's a fact. And we have some new songs that you probably never heard newer on YouTube. We have a song called "Make You Happy." We have a song called "Fly With You." We have 2 new Southern Soul songs that we made that went #1 in 2 Southern Soul charts. One is called "I'm Gonna Tell Her," and the other one's called "3 Good Lovers." Just dropping some jewels to y'all. That's some stuff that we do have out now. I have a book out called Necessary Force. It's our life and journey through the Force M.D.s and me, my personal life with women and all the babies. I ain't gonna talk. Okay, but
You go.
Not the joke. But yeah, but that's about it, y'all. We still here doing what we do, y'all.
All right.
Y'all
The
Shaka.
stay.
book, no, I was gonna ask him, was the book on Amazon?
No, you got to order it on the ForceMDs.com, our website. On the ForceMDs.com website, you can order the book from www.theforcemds.com. Got to shout out Ricky Jason. Can't leave here without shouting out.
Yep.
Yes, man, that's my man. We used to pop lock, break dance, spit on his head back in the days. Like, damn, Ricky, you good? He said, I know, man, I'm the best. But you know, he's still doing his thing now. Shout out to Ricky Jason.
Ricky
Brother
Jason.
Gerald.
Peace.
Brother Gerald, any last remarks?
Yeah, brother, Stevie D, we thank you for coming on the show. I really enjoyed the monogram that you put out to talk about your accomplishments, the group. And as I said before, we really appreciate the accolades that you have done as far as you and the group. And we hope that you continue your success in your future endeavors. And man, we love you and keep pushing that word love. I say it all the time. If we learn to love each other, we gonna learn how to unite together. We don't know how to do that. We never going anywhere. That's why I asked you the question about what were your intentions, intentions when you started singing.
That is
and peace, brother, and light.
100% fact, my brother. 100% fact.
Brother Akil.
Yeah, man, like brother, going back, picking back up for the brother Jill, man. Appreciate you for taking time out to kick it on this show. Vocal dialect. I was a teenager when y'all songs came out, so I know how big it was. Man. Yeah, so that's dope to have you on the show, man. And
real dope.
That's real dope. I like that, man. Love, we should you accepted our invitation, so that so that you're a real brother, man, straight up. So yeah. So for everybody that's in the chat, like, comment, and subscribe, YouTube, Vocal Dialect on Instagram, follow us, Vocal Dialect on Facebook, and Vocal Dialect on TikTok, and also check out our general, T.C.D. He come on Facebook Live in the evening times, usually between 8 and 8:30 p.m. T.C.D. follow the general. When the next time you coming on, general?
Tomorrow about 7:30.
All right, we'll see you at 7:30, man.
All right, I do want to say, during the time this brother was putting out music, it was not affecting the pituitary gland as the music it is affecting the pituitary gland today. What I mean by that is the music he put out, it wasn't messing up your lower chakras. You get what I'm saying? Right. And that's what the music does today. It's real dope you came on to the show, brother. We appreciate you, man. Vocal Dialect, we see you guys next week. I am Knowledge Born 7. My brother Gerald Moore, Shaka San Kofa, my brother Kenwato Akil. Peace, power, and love. We love y'all. Peace, family. Peace.
Peace.